Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them is going to find it here as we're off in week 2. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! Like that!
Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here we go! Like that!
Back-to-back carries here. Gets up the edge to the 35. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, you call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Yeah, here we go! Hey, kill! What do you think?
Going to the ground again on first. And they had that one contained right at the line. Justin Reed with the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running back sent in motion. Dak now from the gun. Has him on a quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Throw caught by his running back. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Gay's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, Keeps that defense guessing.
A lot of grass ahead. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 8. And his pass is going to fall incomplete.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Pressure comes, Rodgers. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long for him here. Oh, they were trying for Cooks, but it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes. Interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most important, they're going to try to identify what...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 16.
Yeah, here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the gun is Prescott. Trying to connect with Lamb, but it's intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Throwing on 1st down, it's caught. Kamara's got it. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Only a solitary field. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Kamara running out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They send a man in motion. Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's going to be 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Back to the air, Carr. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Carr throwing on 3rd. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. There'll be a field goal try from Joey Slye. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Up and good from Joseph. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line. Running this one left. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 42. Flushed out of the pocket. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
so much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he works this to the 38 before going down. Pickup of 2 here. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Carr now on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
6:37.
From the shotgun, Carr. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And they make the tackle at the 38. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out!
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Carr with it on first. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
They give on second to Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And the Cowboys bring a couple extra defensive backs out. Third down coming. Carr to the air now. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fourth down, here's Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Putting a receiver in motion. Play action, Prescott. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Prescott now to throw on third down. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys with a long field ahead. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right take. Here we go. 46, 46. 46.
First down, here's Dak. The pass falls incomplete, but was there a reason for it? We see a flag out there. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we 26.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
This one misses the tight end. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Here we go. 47. Sweat.
They kick the running back in motion.
26.
Prescott now on 3rd down. It's caught, Ferguson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Another throw for Prescott. He beams one deep right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There was a window there for a moment, but boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Yeah. Here we go. 26.
Throwing again is Dak. It is caught left side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Yeah, here we go. Right take.
Dak throwing again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Yeah. Here we go. 26.
Dak now from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's DeMario Davis.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Down. It's front. That's up.
Carr here from the gun. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. So it'll be 2nd down.
What now? Kill. It's up.
Working out of the gun. It's Carr. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and the more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
He's loaded another one up. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Cowboys will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return's looking good so far. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Got his target. It's Hill. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Get dirty! Number 50, you block over here.
He's back to throw. He's got it to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, Rodgers. And the floater falls to the deck. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Olave with the catch. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
First down throw by Rodgers. He's got a man left. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 29. That's complete to Kamara. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Working inside the red zone. Ball finds his running back, Gus Edwards. And this one doesn't go far.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Second down carry for Jones. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Kamara. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Inside. Over 50. 3 much. 30. 3 negative.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, I totally get it. Could take a little more risk knowing a field goal's in the back pocket, but still, that is so disappointing offensively. Not even able to get the throw off and give yourself a chance at a touchdown. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Returnable from the 1. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
Now Prescott. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll run now on 2nd down. They're driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Tight end in motion right. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. Hits to the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grab the lead on their first series of the half. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This is complete to Olave. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Throwing once again, Rodgers. Into the hands of Olave. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
This one's caught. And that's a huge Huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
Hey, 88.
They'll run with Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're left with third and goal.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers here from the gun. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
It's a very important field goal for Joey Slye. A little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Trying the right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here he is on third and long. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Saints are going to enjoy some great field position on the short side of the field.
50. Hey, 88.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. Kamara's got it. Breaks through, and he might break away. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
26.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Second and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here first and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Come out! 30.
Here's Rodgers. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a fourth-quarter lead. Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field-goal game. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Offense up to the line fast. They've got a man in motion. Dak off the play fake. On the move, headed right. And after all that running, he ends up out of bounds deep behind the line of scrimmage. Not even a throwaway. That's going to count as a sack.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You've got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And they down this one right at the 25-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Running right, it's Kamara. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bottled up at the line. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Saints only up by a few. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw. That's caught for the first. The 30. Gets the 10. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 9-point advantage. Here's Sly to try the point after. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Here's Sly to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game.
Cowboys 13. Joey Sly set to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Turpin with a return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
At their own 26-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Another run for Kamara. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running behind center with Kamara. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Kamara gets it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down. So this a win on the road for the Saints. Well, as they celebrate to the boos of the home crowd, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, buddy. It's got to be music to their ears hearing those fans voice their displeasure.
It is so sweet, Kate, when you win on the road for a couple reasons. Yeah, I do remember. I remember silencing those road crowds. There's no better feeling than to hear, those boos and those cheers and all that noise just silence because you beat them in their building. You know the other great sound? The plane ride home. Those are some of the greatest memories you have to celebrate that road victory and a whole road trip home to take it all in.